Let's talk in order of how big a favorite it is, like your biggest favorite.
I think my biggest favorite is also like my most worn, which is like fashion for me.
Okay, go on. What is
And
it?
this is something I've never owned before, I don't think. And since the past, I would say 3 months, I've bought two pairs of ballet flats.
Mm.
And I've been wearing them constantly. So these are my more everyday ballet flats. They're just from Zara, but I wear them so often.
Nice.
And I like that they're square too. I think they're a lot more flattering. I don't think I would wear a rounded toe ballet flat. That seems too girly. But I feel like it's very flattering, elongating, and so comfortable. It took me zero wears to like
Wow,
get into it. It did not give me any blisters. It's so soft, it's so comfortable. I wear it every time.
that's so
It's
lucky.
difficult not having to grab these. I'm like, okay, I have other shoes. I need to start wearing other shoes now because this is all I wear.
That's a good sign though, because it's like the
Yes.
kind of shoe that goes with everything, right?
So now, because I've had that for so long and I've been wearing it constantly, I thought, okay, I need another pair of ballet flats similar that's a little more elevated that I can wear with dresses maybe. So I
Mhm.
got these from Mango. They're silver and so similar, but it's very different. Okay, now this one is giving me blisters. It's
Oh.
just a harder leather. They're both real leather, but this is a hard leather, so it's gonna get. I
Mm.
think it's gonna take some time breaking into. But I've been like wearing them with socks for
Mm.
some time, or just wearing like band-aids and still wearing them out. I know that if I
Okay.
loosen them up, they're gonna get comfy though. So it already feels a little more comfortable. I wear such simple outfits like just black or white or very simple outfits that I feel like this just adds to it, makes it look a little fancy.
I love dressing for summer, but I don't experiment a lot. And I pretty much do like a uniform shoe also. So it's either like some like Converse or something, or these are old and I didn't intend to bring them, but they are a favorite because this is all I wear. Just some Birkenstocks. This is what I've been living in, but that's not my favorite. It is a favorite, it's actually a real favorite because it's what I've been wearing more. But I did buy myself a new summer sandal. They're little Doc Martens, and
Oh, I want to see.
they're little like
Are they like a fisherman sandal?
they're gladiator style. I've always
Okay.
they're gladiator sandals, and then I saw these little
Oh,
like
they are so cool. I love them.
olive ones. They're not the most comfortable, but they are at least like like a softer leather. Like I think the black ones are hard leather. I have to like band-aid my entire back of my leg to keep it from getting blisters.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like not the most comfortable, but it's for what it is, it's fine, and I really like them, and I have been wearing them. I have three beauty ones. I bought a new moisturizer, so I don't know if you remember, I was using the Inky List Ceramide cream.
Yeah.
I ran out of that, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. So anyway, I was
Mm.
gonna find something new, and then I saw this in Space NK, and I just like tested it out, and it like felt really nice. So I bought it, and this is the Naturium, Naturium, who knows? It's
I've
like
heard of this brand though.
sure, I don't know, but Naturium is what I'm gonna say. Multi-peptide moisturizer. I think it's like the best moisturizer I've used recently. I've been trying on
Really?
ones. Yeah, it's such a nice, when we were discussing lotion texture and how
Mm-hmm.
we like that, or like I at least really like that. And it's like, I think it's a really good summer moisturizer for someone with like combination skin. Because my skin,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do like a gel moisturizer, for instance. Even though I feel sweaty and I don't want anything too heavy, if I do something too light, it's just not enough. So this
Yeah.
is good, like creamy, lotiony texture that feels quite like hydrating but not like heavy. The Inky List ceramide one was starting to feel a little bit too heavy for me, especially now in the summer. I don't know what like the long-term benefits may be because I've only been using this for like a few weeks now. But my skin likes it, it's not reacting, and it's just very pleasant to use. So I've been enjoying it. Like when you like a product and you're like excited to wash your face because you want to put
Yeah. Yeah.
that's that's a good one because you're actually excited to use it. It's one of those.
Nice. I might have to buy that next time. I have a new favorite mascara.
What is it?
which is very difficult for me because I find the mascara I like and it works for me, and then I just keep buying that again and again. And every time I like sway and even buy like a drugstore one that people are raving about, it just doesn't work on me because I have quite short, straight eyelashes that don't stay curled. But this one, I think because it's waterproof, it's a high-end mascara, but it just works so well. And I've never had a mascara work so well where my eyelashes are volumized and they stay curled for the whole day. Naturally, my eyelashes just by the end of the day go back to being flat. Like it, you can't even tell I have mascara on most of the time. But this one works so well and I'm so excited. It's the YSL Lash Clash mascara.
Oh, that's a good brush.
Yeah. But yeah, volumizing, not a very natural looking one, but for me, if you have like stubby lashes like mine, I'm not a big fan of natural looking ones on me. Anyway, I might as well just go without mascara then. So this
Mm.
one works really well.
I'm gonna do a makeup favorite. I use like for my eyebrows, mostly just powders because I just have like some parts I need to fill in. And
Hmm.
I'm using this Maybelline palette that you bought me like a million years. I think
I don't even remember buying you a Maybelline
yeah,
palette.
you bought me like this Maybelline nude eyeshadow palette when it had like launched in India years ago. And I was literally still using one of those shades. Like, it was almost
Are you
over.
talking about 10 years ago plus, maybe? Because I've been here for 8 years.
Yeah, probably like 9 years ago.
But it's on your eyebrows, it's fine.
Because I've tried pencils and stuff in the middle. Like I have tried other things along the over the years. Either they're too waxy or like whatever. Just never got on with it. And I just want a powder that works. And I finally found a powder and I replaced that palette. It's just the Benefit Goof Proof brow powder. It's like
And this comes in shades, right?
something
Okay.
shade. So I just got the shade 5 warm black brown. It's a little
Yeah.
bit darker than the one I was using, but I don't mind. I like it. So that's one. You know, we discussed brown eyeliner, and I told you I want brown eyeliner.
Yeah.
I bought a brown eyeliner and I love it. It's the Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen, and it's like the brown one. This one I hadn't actually heard about, but I just saw it on Sephora and had like really good ratings. It's literally like butter. So it's
But
not
easy to blend.
it's very easy to blend. So if you want like a soft blendy thing, that's what I've been doing. Like I have some of it on today. It's perfect. Like obviously downside is you have to sharpen it fairly often. So I'm sure I'll run out of it fairly quickly. And if you want like some precise line, you can do it, but it's a bit more tricky. Once it's on, you can blend it. And then once it sets, it doesn't smudge and stuff. It's like really good.
I think I love a good dark brown
Yeah.
eyeliner. I have just one more, and it's quite fancy. Again, this is what I spoke about in a recent Instagram video. But do you remember when I was talking to you about, I think, makeup favorites or whatever video we did a couple of weeks ago? And I said, I've had these eyeshadow palettes since so long. When do they expire? Blah, blah, blah. Because the last time I bought myself an eyeshadow palette was in 2019, and I've just not been excited about any eyeshadow because it's old and I've used them. I'm like over them now. But then I got sent this and I love it. So it's the YSL Mini Couture eyeshadow palette, and it has just like the most basic shades and one shimmery one.
Nice. That packaging.
So I know this packaging is just, it has like the actual bag, like leather. And I just like that these are like the really basic shades that I actually use anyway. And it has one fancy shiny shade which looks so good on brown eyes. It just makes it pop. So I've not used shimmer in so long or glitter in so long. It's really like not chunky. Like you take a little and you put it on and it's just like perfect and blends so well. But yeah, it's just like so compact as well. Like I feel like it's just, this is all I need now in terms of eyeshadow. Like I don't need anything more. Anyway, I have book favorites and I have food. I think I should do food first. You go first.
My like summary food favorite has to be ice cream and like ice lollies because you know I love those.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
like
imagining you bringing out a rainbow one.
I feel like the best part about being an adult is that I can buy myself as many ice like lollies and ice creams as I want. Although the most disappointing part of being an adult is realizing I can buy whatever I want, but I just don't enjoy some of those things as much.
Like what?
Like I love candy, right? Like colorful candy. Even now when I see it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna buy it. I love it. I can eat as much as I want. And
Yeah.
I eat it and I'm like, oh, I don't like it anymore.
Maybe because it's not as forbidden as it
No,
used to be.
I think I've just outgrown like very sweet taste.
Mm.
The ice cream that I got are, I think, a little bit mature. They're like the mature version of something I loved as a kid. And it's just an orange ice lolly.
Mm.
But these are Valencia orange ice lollies. They're just like the Sainsbury brand.
Oh,
And they actually, I literally picked this up from the
my
recycling.
mouth is like salivating. Just look.
This is
Yeah.
literally like frozen orange juice. What is it made of? Oh, it's made of 87% orange juice and sugar. Ooh,
Now that's fine.
I have
That's
sugar.
what summer is for. Mine is a little different.
Mm,
So, you know how for breakfast I used to make these protein muffins?
yeah.
Now, they are great for when it's cold. Like you wake up and you're having like this hot muffin. But I just don't feel like doing that in the summer. It's so hot. So, I've just been having a lot of Greek yogurt and homemade granola. And
Mm.
I like freeze my granola because it just stays fresher. And I also put this secret ingredient that makes it chunkier, which is egg white.
Oh,
So you get like the whole store made like chunky bits. But yeah, I just use a lot of rolled oats, walnuts, sliced almonds, pumpkin seeds, and then my favorite part is putting dried cranberries and dried cherries. But the goji berries, dried cherries, and dried cranberries, you don't like roast them in the oven, you put them at the end. But these, like, you roast them in the oven. I use honey, which makes it chunkier rather than maple syrup. But either one works. But I think next time I do want to make one with some orange zest to make it a little more summery. Okay, what's your book fave?
so book favorites. As I said, I haven't been doing like proper summer reading as much as I would like to. I'm hoping this is the month I do it. I did read one book that I liked. This is this book called Latecomers by Anita Bruckner. I think she's this English writer who wrote, I think this is from the 90s. Yeah, 1998 it came out in. It's very sweet. I like that the the cover said a modern Jane Austen. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, how's that? It's about like these two young boys who basically escape Nazi Germany when they're very young and they move to England. But it's about sort of how they grow up together and they're best friends. And you just follow their lives from after they move to like they're very old and how like the memory of what happened before and essentially they're like having to leave their parents behind and basically their experience how both of them are affected by it in two different ways but they like stay
Hmm.
but I think it's like very Austen like in the sense of it's just about the characters so like each
Hmm.
chapter is with a different character for the first half anyway and you just basically follow these like bunch of people who are like misfits in some way. I think the way she writes characters is very like Austen like. Yeah, very little dialogue and stuff. It's just lots of very like cozy scenes of home life and really nice.
Oh,
Like I would definitely
sounds good.
read more of her work. Yeah, she has another book called Hotel Something that is actually like one of her most famous works. I think it was like nominated for the Booker or something at some point. So I will be reading that at some point. But yeah, that's the only like nice, like fun book that I read. I had a few duds that I read recently that kind of also
Hmm.
me down. That's one of my book favorites. I have one more which I'm not finished with, and it's not a fun one. It's this book called Scattered Minds. This was recommended to me by my therapist. It's about ADD or ADHD. And I think I am like about that much through it. And I am finding it honestly so mind blowing. And it's just if you have ADHD or ADD or think you may have it or show some symptoms of it or know someone who has it, or maybe I don't know, have a child who may have it, it's just so like eye-opening. If I had to pick like one thing of everything that has been like a huge favorite for me, even though I'm not actually done,
Mhm.
it's probably this. It's been so nice. I've literally been sitting at it with a pencil, like making notes. So I know I can refer back to it. Yeah, it's I didn't say it, did I? It's by Gabor Mate, who is, I think a lot of people know him. I think that's been my firm favorite.
Interesting. Let me know when you're done
Yeah,
reading it.
I
What you
will.
thought about it. And also the first book you read, I feel like that I need to pick that up or find it somewhere because it
Yeah.
sounds so good. I have two like very summary books, and surprisingly, I finished both of them after my parents left. So in the last 2 weeks, I've read two books.
Wow.
But they're such like fun, easy summaries. I picked up this one at a secondhand bookstore, and it's called The Guest by Emma Klein, and
I've heard so
it
much.
was so weird. Like it's a book where you hate the main girl in it. She's like doing weird things. I don't want to ruin it, but you feel for the people she meets
Okay.
and destroys along the way of her journey. It was so interesting. It kept me wanting to read and wanting to know what is she gonna do next. Like I'm scared. Like it's kind of like it gives you anxiety. Like oh my god, what is she gonna do next? She's
Yeah.
a young girl based in New York. It's the summer. She meets this guy. She's broke. She hasn't been paying rent. She steals money. She somehow meets this guy and convinces him to let her stay with him for the summer in his fancy, like New Hampshire or Hamptons home. I forgot where it's based. And then he ditches her, and she has it in her head that he would want her back. She doesn't want to come back home to New York because she's not being paying rent, so she doesn't really have a home to come back to. So it's about how she manages to stay afloat without no money, no place to stay until this party that he's going to throw for Labor Day. So it's
Okay.
constantly like, how is she going to survive this night? And then the next, after a few reads, you're like, okay, now she survived this night. How is she going to survive the next night? So it just keeps you on your toes, and it's just
Yeah.
so interesting. And she's not a very likable person, but it still like keeps you on your toes. And it also has a very interesting ending where you have to Google and figure out, is am I thinking what actually happened? Like, is this what everyone else interprets the ending to be? Like, is she? I
Mhm.
don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it, but it makes you think about it. So I really liked this. Again, not like a 5 star. It was a 4 star for me, but really good. The
Mm.
next one is a book by an author that I read so much of anyway, and it's just Gary Soto's Back by
Oh,
Taylor Jenkins Reid. I mainly read it like Friday night and Saturday morning. It's just her writing is just so enjoyable and easy. I don't think I like any of her early books as
mm.
much as a few of the most recent ones. Like the ones that I really enjoyed have been Malibu Rising and Daisy Jones and the Six. So this book is about this girl who was a tennis legend, won the most Grand Slam titles back in her day. Then she retires. She has like the world record for the most number of Grand Slam titles. 5 years later, there is another woman who is almost going to beat her record, and she kind of freaks out about it and she tries to make a comeback, but
Mhm.
nobody in their late 30s has ever played tennis at that level. So
Mm.
it's really difficult. It's about her relationship with her father, who is also her coach. This is
Mm.
a very nice, easy read. And
Mm.
it's also, if you love tennis, I mean, this probably will be like a 5 star, like 1 day read for you. Just very nice, enjoyable read.
This was fun. It was so nice to catch up after so long.
I know. It's been so long. Although it might not feel like it, but I think we're like recording a video after 7 weeks almost.
Okay, should I just call you now on FaceTime and then we can debrief?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. Bye.